Good morning, everyone. This is Ida of Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. I have a project share, and I'm going to share with you what I used for my project. Let me open the window and hopefully we'll get more light in here. I don't know if that's better or worse. Anyway, I have been playing with the new dies that I got in. I'm trying to make a point of using all my stuff that I get instead of just putting it away. So I bought this last year, and this is a Tattered Lace Snow Globe die. It's a beautiful die, but it's discontinued, and so I had to pay quite a bit for it. You know, I believe that we as crafters, if we want something bad enough, we will pay the price for it. I know I will. So I had been searching for this for a long time. When I finally found it, it was kind of expensive, but I went ahead and bought it, and it comes with all these pieces, and it does come with the large snow globe, which I'll share the die where you can compare it to my hand. Like, it's huge. It's a big snow globe, and then it comes with the layering pieces, and then it comes with a small one as well. My friend Jackie, she had one of these, and told me what it was called, and I was able to find it. So that's one of the things that I use. This is one of my prized possessions. You know, sometimes we're that way about certain dies or whatever that we really take care of. Another thing that I used is some die cuts from Carnation Craft. Now, this is from last year's release, and I didn't use too much, but I just wanted to share with y'all how I keep these in trading card, or these are coin, for people who collect coins, because they have a flap on the back that the coin won't fall out. So that's what I like about this, but you can use the ones that are for trading cards that are top loads. So I just used some of these die cuts, but I just wanted to share with y'all how I store them. And I just started collecting this year, so I have a few of the sleeves that are almost empty because I just started playing with it, so they're not full yet. But when I cut them out, I put them in these pouches. Like, this one is for coupons, and there's different sizes of coupons, and they have the long pocket here and then a little bitty short one, a small one here, and you get 4 in a row. So I kind of search for different types of pockets, whether they be for coin collecting, sports cards trading, coupon sleeves. That's what I search for when I'll link some in the description box below this video. But that's how I store my die cuts, because it's easier to create when you cut out a bunch of things, and then you can see everything that you created, yet it's still in pockets where you can see right through it, but it's not scattered all over your desk. And my stuff is usually all scattered over my desk. And sometimes my die cuts tend to get ruined, and I'm trying not to do that because, first of all, I have to buy specialty paper to print it. I had to buy a good printer to print it. I have to buy ink to print it. I had to buy the dies. So, you know, I have to take care of the things that I buy, you know, and not just let it go to waste because I was too lazy to put it in a sleeve or careless. And I'm not saying you. I'm talking about me. I don't like to do that. I didn't use this. I'm using that, I think, on a different project. And another thing that I use from Carnation Crafts it's called Seasonal Greetings, and it's this banner up here that I use. And what this does, it's got slits right here, and it holds the different sentiments, but I used it in a different way, and you will see how I used it. So I used that. I didn't use none of those sentiments. I used an old Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous collection because I was looking for a star background stamp, and I didn't have any, but I found this one that had stars and like some kind of sunburst or some kind of burst, whatever they are, and it worked. But I would love to get my hands on a star background think I'm going to search for that. So from this whole set, I only use this piece right there, that stamp. Here's another sleeve. Like this collection has a church. It's got the North Star. Here's the brickwork and the smaller North Stars and the animals, the wise men. So this is how I keep it. When I'm done with these I'll put them in a 3-ring binder and they won't get ruined. And when I'm looking for them next year, I'll already have them put away, you know, and cut out, that I can just pull it out and use. And then here are some of just my things that I didn't cut out yet, but I keep them in again in one of these pockets to keep them safe. And the other die that I use is the large Nativity Scene Stepper card die. I didn't use the whole thing. I only used the hay and maybe one of the little lambs from here and the star. So I only used bits and pieces. And like I said, I already had them cut out. So I want to share my project with you guys. Look at how beautiful this is. For the base, I use a snow globe, and it does have a tab on the top and a tab on the bottom. You do not cut those off. Anybody who has this, the first time I created one, I didn't know what they were for, and I cut them off. The second time, this is the second time I put it together. Last year, I didn't get to play with it. But this time, I left the tabs on and kind of figured out what they're for. You actually glue the top tabs one on top of the other. So like this. Here's the one, and you glue the other one on top. And that's what I did here. So I cut 2 in a heavy card. I think it's 110-pound cardstock. And then I cut the circle. When I cut another layer for the filigree work and the opening on the snow globe. And the reason I cut another one with the filigree just in white is because I wanted to give the gold more stability, because it had all the filigree work, and sometimes that tends to make it weak. So I kind of layer as much as possible where I think it's sturdy enough. But the circle that came out of here, when I cut out the one with the like, you can cut the silhouette and then you can add the circle die and it'll cut the opening for you. So I added the circle and I added the filigree piece. Those are separate. You can leave them in or take them out. So when I cut this, I used the filigree and the circle die to cut out. And all I did was stamp with Versamark for wet embossing. That's what I stamped it out with. I used silver or a platinum embossing powder and embossed the stars in the background. That's the first thing I did. And just stayed like in the top half of the circle. And then I went in with some very light blue, and I made it as dark as I wanted to. You know, you keep going over it and over it for the night sky. But I left the center white because I wanted to add yellow, because Joseph is holding a lantern. So I wanted to kind of mimic the glow of the lantern. So that's what I did there. And here's that piece from Carnation Craft that I told you this to hold the sentiments. I put it on the top of the snow globe. So it changed the whole look of the snow globe. I hope that you guys can see it. I'm really short, so I can't see inside the phone. I can't see the screen on the phone inside the phone. Anyway, I added this here, and then I shaped the characters, and I put them on there with the pin flare glue that I tell you guys that Carnation Craft carries. So I just placed an order with them. It was a small one, but anytime I place an order with them, I'll order tubes of the pin flare, because it's 2 tubes for $5. So that's not bad at all. So I think I ordered 3 orders of that. So I'm going to get 6 of them, because I like that. You know, I'm not pulling out the backing on tape. I just squeeze a little bit from the syringe, and you know, you can't see it because it's clear, and I love the way it looks, and it holds the shape. Whenever it dries, it is however you left it, whether you smash it down or just lay it down lightly, that's how much dimension you're going to have, because it is dimensional glue. So, and for the bottom portion of the snow globe, there are hay bales that go in the stable, and all I did was cut them. I think I used 3 of them. I cut the bottoms round to fit around the perimeter of the snow globe, and the top I just kind of waved it, kind of like you do a hill, and that's all I did. So they were like they're sitting on the hay, and then I added the little manger, and then the little lamb right here. And this is actually layered. This is the little cloth right here is layered, and I love love the way it looks. And it must have moved a little bit because it's covering the there. And then right here, these little stems right here or branches are from last year's release, and so no, they're from this year's release, and so are the poinsettias and the rose. The only thing from last year's release are the pine cones right here. And then I told you guys I was playing with stuff that I had bought instead of just saving it. Last year I bought a bunch of foil plates, and I hadn't used them, and they were Christmas ones, so I pulled them out and I started playing with them, and I lost one. Either it wasn't in the package and I didn't notice, or I lost it. But if it's in my craft room, I'll find it. And here are some of the sentiments. I think these are all spell binders. Even these right here are spell binders. And I would have loved to use this one that says Silent Night, Holy Night, or this one that says All is Calm, All is Bright. And I have some that I didn't cut out. And then these had the plate for the words, and then it had the die for the silhouette or the layering to cut them out. So I love the way these came out, and I am going to use them. And I thought I'm just going to, you know, mess around with all that stuff and play with it. And I do have others. Here's one right here that I'll share with you. I also bought some that were, because I knew I had the snow globe, I bought one that was round, and it says Christmas cheer all the way around. So I could use this for the inside of a snow globe, and the sentiment would be all around the inside perimeter of the snow globe. So that's what I've been doing. I've been playing with the things that I bought last year and I didn't get to play with. And I'm using them hopefully this year and cutting them out and playing with them. That way I know everything that I have. And when I go to create, my sentiments are already done. Now, this card for the inlay, I cut 2 pieces, one in gold and one in white. And I sandwich this piece. I just fussy cut this piece that has the glitter in it to fit behind this section. And I sandwiched it in between the gold layer and the white layer. And I love the way it looks. So, and it kind of pulls in the stars, the color of the stars in with this. And this is not, this doesn't flake or anything. It's very hard to cut. It almost has like a plastic feel to it, like a mylar feel to it. But with scissors you can cut it, but your die sometimes have trouble cutting through it. So I just fussy cut, you know, to fit in the background of this open filigree work. And this stand, this has these 2 tabs, and it's got a slit right there. You can see the slit right there, and the back one has one too. And you just tuck one into the other like so. Hope you can see that. And now this will stand. See, it stands up. I hope I'm in frame. It does stand up, so you'll be able to, someone who you give it to will be able to display it. But also the beauty of this is that if you're going to mail it, you can just make an envelope, guys, because this, whether you slide it up or slide it down, it lays flat. So even though this has that little section right there, but because of the score lines on either side, you can either slide it up or slide it down, and it lays pretty flat to put it in an envelope, yet it makes a big statement. So I love the way this looks. I hope that you like what I created. I do have some more things that I want to share with you guys. I have been collecting some things from Hunky Dory, and I'm still waiting on a couple of things, but I think what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go ahead and share it with you guys. And because of some of the items that I already have, you guys will get the gist of it, but that will be in another video. I also have another little haul that I bought from eBay. This die was in there, and so were these beautiful ladies that I have been paper piecing together this morning. But I'll share that with you guys, what was in that notebook. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope everyone is having a great day, and God bless. Bye.